Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing pit member Jonathan Willard
Yep, that's right.
for being on here.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Appreciate you having me out here and having me on.
So, I got a bunch of questions here.
That's
First
cool.
off, I want to ask you how you got started as a pit crew member.
Well, it's kind of funny because like everybody has like their own story of kind of like how they actually got in, and the way I got in is for one, I played football at Clemson, and then I went on to play in the NFL for the Tennessee Titans. So with me being such a very, very big competitive, loving to compete and everything. Whenever I got done playing football, I was trying to figure out, what I love to do, and I knew cars was one of the things that I loved the most. So I know I wanted to be around cars. So what happened was I was working with the NASCAR racing experience in Mario Andretti Racing School, and just going there to kind of network the way I can kind of get around the cars and whatnot, and just being there and just talking to people, and pretty much like they wanted me being there. Somebody asked me, have I ever thought about the whole pit crew side of things, and I'm like, nah, never really thought about it. And then the guy was like, hey, the gas man can make six figures for putting gas in the car. I'm like, 6 figures, put gas in the car. I think I can do that. So, so like, after that, they kind of got me some information for the NASCAR's diversity program, and went through that, did that, and probably like maybe about 6 months into my training, got a call from Chip Ganassi Racing, and I've been there ever since.
So, this kind of I don't really know. It just kind of goes a little off topic with what I just asked you about. But like you said, you liked cars. I was wondering what your favorite car is, because lately I've been really liking to look at cars, and they're just so cool.
Yeah, I love cars. I mean, for me, it is the engine in the car, as in how it works. The pistons and pushing air in and putting fuel in, and then getting the right ratio and everything. But my favorite car since I was little has always been a Ford Mustang, and I actually own one now. This is my third one now that I own. It's a Roush, a Jack Roush Stage 3 Mustang. I love it to death.
Just like the competitor to what I like. I like the Camaro.
well, I'm not gonna say I don't like the Camaro, because I've also owned one, but I'm a huge fan of American muscle. So I'm okay with Dodge, Chevy, and Ford. But my ultimate favorite is the Mustang, and
Okay.
yeah.
So, I was just wondering what your favorite part of being a pit member is.
My favorite part about being in the pit crew is just the people that I meet. I can, man, we meet so many people each week. Because like the fans don't really get to see the drivers as much. They see us. We have our crew shirts on and everything, so they get to talk to us. So just talking to the fans and meeting different people from like different backgrounds, and some people have never been to a NASCAR race, so they really don't know what to expect. So whenever I get to talk to those people, I kind of show them things, and tell them, kind of like how we do tires and why we do it this way, and it kind of brightens up a new kind of like environment and new atmosphere for them to kind of like come into and be a part of, as well as like I said, the kids, as well as in kind of teaching the kids kind of like how we do our things and the way we do. It's kind of like bringing in that next generation of great NASCAR fans.
So yeah, so first I asked you what your favorite part of being a pit member is. Now I'm just wondering if you have a favorite part of NASCAR.
Oh man, My favorite part of NASCAR. Um, for me because so I was a NASCAR fan growing up, but I wasn't really a true diehard fan. Like I knew about NASCAR, and if I just happened to turn the TV and it was on, I watched a little bit of it, but I wasn't like I gotta watch NASCAR this week, type of person. But for me, it's just my favorite part of NASCAR is just learning everything, um, learning like aerodynamics and ways to get the car to go faster, tire pressures, how to do tires, carbon fiber. It's crazy. Like it's so much that goes into building a NASCAR car, especially like a competitive car. So like at Chip Ganassi Racing, like we build our entire car from the ground up. Only thing we don't really build is like, of course, like rears and stuff like that, but and also the motor comes from Hendrix. Um, but like the whole like body fabrication, the welding and everything, and just like the whole like process. It's really amazing to see, and that's one of the things that I just enjoy.
So yeah, like we've been talking about how you're a pit member. I was wondering, how do you train for being like, how hard is it to
Man,
train?
the training is really intense, but at the same time, each team has like their own training method. But over at a Chip Ganassi Racing, my coach was actually both of my coaches were really good in their sports. Mike Metcalf was played running back fullback at Appalachian State, and then my other coach Sean Pete was a professional hockey player. So so like they're like really big on like staying in shape, um, intense workouts and whatnot. So the way that we do things, we have on Monday. So we work out. We were actually like workout lift weights Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Monday we do yoga. Sometimes hot yoga, sometimes like a regular like cold type yoga. And pretty much with that being done, so say like we have a long flight come in, and so on Mondays we get to come back in and stretch it out, keep our bodies right, and keep them real well fit. And then Tuesday we go at it in weightlifting, do bench and different things about like that, different like power lifting. Then Wednesday is what we call our go and get it day. We do a lot of CrossFit type stuff, so more like body weight, but it's really really intense. So Wednesdays are more intense day where we're gonna run, we're gonna do pull ups, we're gonna do sit ups, we're gonna do bikes, we're gonna do, yeah. So like Wednesday is our day where we're gonna actually go and pretty much almost die, almost die, and then come back to life. And then Thursday is more of a cool it down day, but also get some great work in. And then Fridays we go and have a day to relax, and then Saturday we're traveling to the track or whatnot.
So yeah, sounds pretty intense.
Oh yeah, we
So
go out and get it. It's really crazy. And then like I think this year NASCAR was supposed to do like a CrossFit day for the teams and whatnot. So we were well prepared for that. But I'm not sure if they're gonna have it now with everything that's like going on, which is bittersweet. But everybody has to stay safe.
so yeah, now I was wondering, because it sounds pretty hard and it looks pretty hard being a pit crew member, going out there and having to try and get the fastest pit.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
to prepare for that, I was wondering if you had a pre-race meal, like a specific pre-race meal that you have.
Um, well, I don't have a specific pre-race meal, but with me, I try to eat as little as possible. Like probably like a couple hours before the race, just so I can try to stay light and trying to keep my body hungry and ready to go. But we have um, a chef for Chip Ganassi Racing named Showman Dan, and and pretty much he does like all of our cooking, and he makes it. He gets like instruction like from our coaches and whatnot, and like just doing like nutritional stuff. So we have like a salad and some type of protein, maybe it's chicken or steak or something protein wise. And then we have a carb and whatnot. So we always have something to kind of keep us fueled up. And then like mid race, he'll come around and bring us fruit. So even like halfway through the race, we'll have fruit that we can eat and and like a snack or whatnot just to keep us going.
Okay. So yeah, I was wondering if you just had any like tips for any people who want to get into, if they just want to get into NASCAR and pit stops and stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean for one, um, it's not a very easy sport to get into. But
Yeah.
if you're a very, very, very competitive person, you have a really good chance of actually getting into it. Just go to teams. Just show up. You know, just ask to speak to different people or whatnot. I mean, most time people are going to be there, and the people are actually really, really nice. So most likely they'll be able to just go and talk to you and show you around and just tell them like how interesting you are in the sport. Um, I mean, most people got a little bit of knowledge, like what they actually want to do. But like even if you don't know exactly what you want to do, you can easily just like reach out to us or like just anybody that's like actually in the sport and just try to figure out where you would actually fit good in that. And that's pretty much my tip. Really, just go to shops.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we've been going through this really fast. It's been feeling like it's been going by really fast. Having a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
exactly, exactly. You got to, because if you don't have fun with it, you're not gonna love doing it.
Yeah.
And if you don't love doing it, you ain't gonna want to do it. So it works hand in hand.
So yeah, that was all the questions I had for you. Thank you for being on here.
Oh yeah, no, hey, no problem, man. Anytime you want to talk about anything or past races or whatnot, just let me know. And yeah, sure, I
Mm.
definitely be on.
So I have a hit pass for Chicagoland, and I hope that I'll be able to see you there.
Yeah, that works. About yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully we have fans and whatnot, and hopefully we get to do a little bit of traveling. They just allowed us to go back to work tomorrow, so we'll be back training and stuff tomorrow. So we just got to see how it goes for the most part. And I know this is just like a trial period to kind of see how things go. But hopefully it goes smoothly and goes well, and then we're able to kind of go different places. But definitely, if we get to go to Chicago, hopefully I get to see you. So I'll show you around.
So yeah, that actually just gave me an idea for a question. I was
Go ahead.
wondering when you think NASCAR is gonna get back to racing.
Um, it should be very soon, just because the fact that the whole big deal was that we cannot go inside the shops to build the cars. So we can't build the cars, we can't race. But now they're allowing us to go back into the shop. So now we're starting to build the cars again. So we can race. But I think I'm not 100% sure. But I think they said Charlotte weekend. So for the 600, it's going to be our first race back, which is always a good race. So so I think like after the 600, they said we're going to do 2 races per week. So, but the midweek race will not have a pit crew in it. It'll just be the Sunday race. We have the whole like pit crew and everything in it, which is going to be interesting.
Okay, so I just got another idea for a question. I was wondering if
Keep
you
keep
have
'em
a.
rolling.
I was wondering if you have a favorite track,
Oh
NASCAR
man.
track.
So I have a favorite track to pit at, and I also have a favorite track to race at. So my favorite track to pit at is Fontana. The reason why it's my favorite track to pit at is because, of course, me being a jack man, I'm the first guy off of the wall, first guy in front of the car. So, so Fontana has really, really long and really, really big pit stalls. So the likeliness of getting hit is slimmer than most tracks. About like Martinsville, where you on the curve pitting, or something about like that. And then my favorite track to race at, or watch a race at, or be at racing at, would be Bristol at night. It's always intense. Always intense. Fans are always ready. It's really loud. It's so much that I could actually say about it. Um, the track is always the track is always unpredictable. So like you never know exactly what adjustments you're gonna have to make to the car, because with like practicing during the daytime and then racing at night, it just throws everything off. So, but at the same time, it's so fun. Just like I said, just being in the atmosphere of it, seeing the crowd and all the people, celebrities, like it's always somebody there that's really, really big and famous. So just seeing the people and whatnot, and just being there at Bristol at night is always amazing.
Yeah, I actually went to the Bristol night race. I drove like 11 hours, I think.
that's a that's a long way.
Hmm.
That's a long way.
Yeah, I had fun. So I just had another idea for a question.
Okay.
So I was wondering, like you were saying, you like Fontana because it has less chance of getting hit. I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering what your, what would you say the scariest like hit incident is that you can think of?
So the scariest pit scenario would be um track wise. I'm trying to think. It's so many. It's so many track. Okay, track wise, I would have to say um Indy, because the pits are made for Indy cars and our cars are a little bigger. So like there's limited room and limited space. Um, but like the worst scenario is if the car that's pit stall is directly in front of ours, it's behind us. Because now I'm on the right side of the car, and that car is trying to get around me and around my crew to get into his pit stall. So it's always it's all like while I'm like over there, like I can always feel that car behind me, and it's kind of weird. But like now, I mean, me being in the sport 4 years, I've kind of gotten used to it. So like at first, it used to scare me a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get hit. But now I'm more like, okay, stay tight to the car. Try not to put my carrier out further than he need to be. And then also talk to my carrier as well. I let him know, hey, car in front of us is behind us. Be careful. Just to look out for him and whatnot. Um, so I talk to my crew just to kind of let them know, the situation that, like, say, we are in. But at the same time, we know, the faster we get off of the right side, it's like the safer we're going to be. So we try to, attack the right side. Not really think about it too much, but at the same time, we're listening for, things around us. Just in case, that car gets bumped and gets bumped into our car. It's so many things that can actually happen in the midst of having a pit stop that we just try to blank everything out and just focus on our job, really.
So now I was wondering, what would you say like the most annoying pit incident is? Like The most annoying thing that you could say has happened, if you have
Um,
anything you can think of.
it's not really an annoying thing, but the thing that like we hate the most, and probably everybody hates the most, is whenever we got to do crash damage. Um, Crash damage is probably the worst because you're trying to pretty much fix the car, which sometimes is pretty much impossible. And tracks about like Talladega and Daytona, where you need that aerodynamics at. Like if anything gets touched, bent, or bumped, it kind of takes the air off of things and makes the car run slower, or some cases faster, but you just never know. So um, that would probably be the worst type scenario. And I mean, that's as far as like doing like a full pit stop. I mean, as far as like things that I guess pit crews hate about some pit stops is pit stops where you got to do like um, Packers and rubber. So Packers and rubbers are in the springs, in the well, so Packers are in the front shocks, and rubbers are in the rear springs. And pretty much they adjust the car's ride height, um, to either take the car up off the track or lower it down to the track. And the rear rubber just keeps the car from bouncing too much or whatnot, as well as the ride height. And the thing that like kind of crews, I guess pit crews kind of hate about that is because it takes away from our time, because now we gotta change tire, take tire off, you gotta sit, kind of put it in there, and then you gotta put the tire on. So by then you're losing, I mean, roughly 2 seconds with doing that. So now we're losing spots on pit road, and pit crews hate to lose spots on pit road. So that's probably one of the things that like has been like in a pit crew that we hate. But at the same time, we know it has to be done in order for the car to run faster. So it's one of the things that we hate doing, but we know it has to be done.
So yeah, that's all I got to ask you. I had a lot of fun doing this.
That's
After
cool.
this, I'm
No,
after this, I'm probably gonna think of like a million other questions that I could have asked you. So yeah,
that's cool. And I'm always here. I'm always here. So no big deal. No big deal
okay.
at all.
Okay,
I
so
might do it,
well,
or I might do it outside by the Mustang next time.
that would be cool. Can show me the V8 engine or whatever.
hey, anytime. I'm about to say, I show it to you now if you want to see it. I show it to
No.
you anytime.
uh, so yeah, I'm gonna end the video now. Hope you viewers are enjoying this. I hope you have enjoyed this. So bye.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.